Golfers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to discuss 5 issues I see on a regular basis with people who struggle with driving. So if you're new to the channel, please feel free to click that subscribe button. Every time I post a video you'll receive a notification and you'll be able to instantly access that video. It's really important to understand your club head speed. How your club head speed has a big influence on your angle of attack. For example, if you're quite steep into the golf ball, the less club head speed that you're going to have, the harder it is for you to get the ball into the air. The slower you swing, the less chance you've got of curving the ball offline. Somebody that swings a club at 100 miles an hour is more likely to hit the ball offline. The example we're going to use today is we're going to use somebody that swings a club at 70 miles an hour. We're going to implement 5 set of checklist points that you can adhere to within your setup that's going to help you achieve a little bit more success with driving. Tee height is really important because whatever tee height we adopt within our game is going to influence the angle the club comes back into the golf ball. For example, if you tee the ball down too low, it's going to encourage you to hit down, takes you to make, if you've got a really tight fairway, and also where you need to get the ball in play, we call that a fairway finder. But if you tee the ball down too low, the tendency is we're going to hit a little bit too much downward driver, we're going to reduce the loft and start to launch a little bit more. If you're a little bit too shallow through the golf ball, you hit the ground through the golf ball. If we tee the ball up higher, the tendency is we're going to hit a little bit too much up on it. So if you struggle with hitting the ground before the golf ball, that could be related to tee height, and that's how that's influencing your angle of attack into impact. Vice versa, if you're somebody that's a little bit too steep, you want to tee the ball up a little bit higher, which is going to enhance your skills and capability of hitting a slightly more upward driver. Issue number 2 is the position of the golf ball. We want the ball position to be pretty much underneath our left armpit. That's all relative to what type of shot we're trying to hit. If we want to hit a little bit more there, we want to move the ball a little bit more off our left shoulder. What you see from there is the tee height's a little bit too low, then the ball position gets a little bit too far back, the left shoulder gets a little bit too low to dress, so the chest, if you think of the chest, it gets a little bit too far ahead of the golf ball. Then as we swing the club back, because that left shoulder's a little bit too low, and if you're somebody that struggles with club head speed, if you're somebody that lacks club head speed, if you've got the ball position too far back, coupled by your chest too far ahead of the golf ball, too much down on the golf ball, you're not going to have enough loft to impact to generate enough height to get the ball in the air. To tee the ball up a little bit higher, I always use the rule of thumb that half the golf ball should be above the club face and half the golf ball should be on the club face. You're going to turn your left foot out. So left foot out, let's say you're standing at the clock face, your left foot's at 10 o'clock, ball is just going to be on the instep of your left foot. Then what you're going to do from there is you're going to take a bigger step with your right foot. So left foot turned out, right foot turned out. We're going to call it 70 miles an hour today, so we want to give ourselves the best possible chance of hitting up the driver and create a little bit more of a high launch, low speed shot. How are we going to achieve that? Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to tee the ball up a little bit higher than what we normally would. Visualise that you've got a bigger fairway than you normally would. Because if we tee the ball down too low, it's going to encourage us to hit both down. It's going to encourage us to hit down a little bit too much with the driver. It's going to increase the spin rate, but it's also going to create a lack of distance. So if you're this golfer, you need to establish a better setup checklist together. Flare that left foot open, take a bigger step. Right foot. From here, the ball position is just inside the left heel. So the ball position is just off my left heel, or the left armpit is another good visualisation. Any people who struggle driving get the left shoulder working down too much in the downswing, then the left shoulder needs to work back up, get the left shoulder too low. Chest is too much on top of the left leg. What we want to feel like from here, a good joint can use, is just put the club in the middle of the chest. We just want a little bit of spine tilt, so feeling like my lower body stays pretty stable, but then I've got a slight tilt in the upper body. So if I tilt too much to the left, you can see the golf club hits my right leg. What we want to do from here, if my sternum is nice and square, there's a little bit of tilt where this right shoulder gets lower, left shoulder gets higher. You can see the club head is going to almost collide with my left leg. That's a good feeling of trying to get your upper body more behind the golf ball at address and at impact. So if I visualise again, where I'm getting the left shoulder too low, as you can see from here, the club head's going to hit the right leg. That's where the upper body gets too far ahead of the lower body, so it's going to prevent us creating any consistency with our driver, where we get left shoulder a little bit too low. So remember, the slower we swing the club, we want to hit slightly more upward driver. This is a template I see on a regular basis where the ball gets too far back, hands get too far ahead, and then the left shoulder gets too low, so the sternum gets too far ahead. the lower body, you see I've got a slight tilt, the left shoulder slightly high, right shoulder slightly lower. Connect the grip with your chest. If I don't have any tilt away from the target, and my left shoulder is too low, club head's going to hit my right leg. You want to feel like we do. From here, I'm just going to feel like push the club head so it hits your left leg. See from there, right shoulder's a little bit lower, left shoulder's a little higher. What I'm going to do from there is my sternum slightly higher off ball, left shoulder slightly higher on the right shoulder, and then up towards my left ear all the way through. As I swing the club back, I'm going to try and get my right shoulder a little bit more behind me, but I'm going to stay behind this golf club all the way through. You see quite a lot of golfers don't get the right shoulder behind them, nothing in the backswing. Then as we start the downswing, our chest is too far ahead of the grip end of the club. So keep the grip end of the club pointed towards your left ear all the way through. Left goes behind me. From there you should start to feel a stretch down the right side of the body. So the weight's going to instep your right foot. My weight's going to start to transfer into my left foot. So I'm going to have a slight lateral shift towards the target. I'll shift towards the target, then my left hip is going to go up and back. My left shoulder is going to go up and back. You'll try my left shoulder to point on the instep of your right foot. So you should feel that stretch all the way down your right leg. The weight should stay on the inside of your right foot. Going up and back, then left shoulder going up and back. That left shoulder is going to point on the instep of my right leg. Where many people struggle with driver, they get their left shoulder working down and forwards too quickly. Then the chest goes down and stays in a flexed position too much. What we want to try and do is we want to try and get the left shoulder to work up and back a little bit earlier after the lower body starts to open up in the downswing. So get to the backswing, left shoulder, point instep my right leg. Then as we come back into impact, left shoulder's going to work down and forwards. But then what happens, many people struggle with driver, the left shoulder doesn't work up enough to impact. Grip end of the club stays in close proximity to my left ear, so it's like a laser. There's a laser on the dip, it's going to shoot all the way through my left ear. Right shoulder's go back, left shoulder's going almost feel like it points in the instep of my leg. Then as I come back into impact, I feel like where my left shoulder is now is at the same level as the grip end of the club. From here, my lower body's going to go into it first, so the pressure's going to move into the left foot. The time arms get to the top of the backswing. And as I come into impact, I want to feel like my left shoulder goes up. So I feel like my left leg starts to straighten. That's going to create a spiral effect. Left hip's going to go up and back, followed by the left shoulder going up and back. So pressure on the left heel, the left hip's going to go up and back. That's going to create this extension of the left leg, so the leg starts to straighten. Then the left shoulder's going to go up and back, so that's the feeling. So left shoulder up and back. And as you can see, I create a space between the grip end and the club and the left shoulder. So almost gain height through impact, so left shoulder's going to go up and back. And my chest is going to start to extend through. Left hip's going to go up and back, and then left shoulder's going to go up and back quicker in the fall through, and that's going to get your chest to face the sky. So left shoulder working up and back is going to allow the club to accelerate more after impact, so the grip end of the club's going to pull up and back. It's going to help us accelerate the golf head, hit a little bit more on the driver. If you've got any other topics that you're struggling with within your golf game at this sort of time, please comment below and like and subscribe to the channel.